This agent passed every test I threw at it. Watch what happens when it runs for real. It forgot what it was doing halfway through. It called the same tool twice and then it handed back a confident, completely wrong answer. That is not a bug. It is one of five failure patterns that kill almost every AI agent the moment it leaves your laptop. I am going to show you all five and the exact fix for each one. Here is the thing nobody tells you when you are learning to build agents. Your demo works because you are only testing the happy path. In production, the happy path is maybe 60 to 70% of what actually happens. The other 30 to 40% is messy, real, edge cases input, and that is where agents fall apart. So, the real skill is not building the agent, it is designing for the part that breaks. Five patterns: context drift, hallucination, cascades, tool failures, broken memory, and blind confidence. Each one look different, each one has a specific fix you can add today. Let me start with the one that hits every long running agent. Pattern 1: context drift. Your agent starts sharp. 10 minutes in, it forgets the instructions you gave it at the very start. This is not random. As the context window fills up, the model's performance actually degrades. There is real research on this. They call it context rot. The longer the session runs, the worse it gets. The fix is context engineering. You stop dumping everything into the prompt. You keep a clean, structured state. You compact old turns into short summaries. You feed the model only what the current step actually needs. Cloud Code does this for you when a session gets long. It compacts the history so the important stuff survives. That is the exact pattern you want inside your own agents. If that already explained a bug you have been fighting, do me a favor and hit like this video. It really helps this reach others people stuck on the same thing. Pattern 2: hallucination cascades. Your agent makes one small wrong assumption, the next step trust it. The step after that builds on top of it. One tiny error at the start becomes a completely wrong answer 5 steps later. In a single prompt, you would catch it. In an agent loop, nobody is checking. The fix is validation gets between steps. You verify the output before it becomes the next input. Force structured output. Check it against a schema or a rule. If it fails the check, you retry or you stop. You are adding a bouncer between every step. Pattern 3: tools failure propagation. Your agent calls an API, the API times out or it returns something weird. A lot of agents just crash it there or worse. They invent a result and keep going like nothing happened. The fix is to treat every tool call like it will fail because eventually it will. You wrap the tool when it errors. You hand that error back to the agent as an observation, not as a crash. Now the agent can retry, take a drift path, or stop and ask a human. The whole chain does not die on one bad call. Pattern for broken memory. Most agents treat memory as an afterthought, one giant blob of chat history, and that is it. So the agent repeats a question it already asked or it loses a decision it made 2 minutes ago. Real memory has tiers, short term working memory for the current task, long term memory for the facts that should stick around, and a saved checkpoints so a long task can survive a restart. Let me show you the difference. Same agent, both side. On the left, no persistent. It forget the early step and contradicts itself. On the right, with checkpointing, it picks up exactly where it left off. That one change is the difference between a toy and something you can actually ship. If you are getting value out of this, subscribe. I built this kind of thing in a public every week and I do not want you to miss the next one. Pattern 5, blind confidence. This is the scary one. Your agent does not know what it does not know. It hit an edge case it was never designed for, and instead of stopping, it charges ahead and give you a confident wrong answer. A wrong answer that looks confident is far more dangerous than a plain error message. The fix is to build in the you and confidence check. When the agent is unsure or the input looks unusual, it escalates. It asks a human instead of guessing. Designing for the 30 to 40% is what separate a demo from a real production. Real talk for a second, you do not always need all five of these. If you are building a small internal tools that you and three people use, stacking 5 layers of validation is overkill. Start simple. Add each of these only when you actually watch that specific failure shows up. The goal is not to over engineer, it is to know exactly which pattern is biting you the moment it does. So, if your agent works in testing and breaks in the real world, it is almost always one of these five. Context drift fixed with context engineering, cascades fixed with validation gates, tool failure fixed with real error handling, broken memory fixed with tires and checkpoints, and blind confidence fixed by teaching the agent to escalate. Screenshot this part, it is your checklist the next time an agent falls apart on you. One question before you go. Which one of these five has burned you the most? Drop the number in the comments 1 to 5. I read everyone and I will help you where I can. And if you want to see this handled properly, I built a full multi agent system in LangGraph that designs for these problems from the very start. That video is right here. I will see you in that one.